Through relentless efforts and repeated strain-induced Zenkais, Goku eventually masters 100 times Earth's gravity, a level that dwarfs what Saiyans were traditionally believed capable of achieving. Even the narrator remarks that Goku has ascended past the known limits of his race. This becomes a running theme for the rest of the saga. Goku isn't just keeping up with legends, he's leaving them in the dust. When he finally lands on Namek, the shift in Goku's presence is so dramatic that even the Ginyu Force, Frieza's elite squad, begins speculating that he might become short of an anomaly among Saiyans. Their suspicion isn't unfounded either. In fact, his new power is so fast that Raccoon, who earlier swatted Gohan's attack aside with his breath, is instantly disabled with a single elbow strike to the gut. And that's important because Gohan at the time had his latent potential unlocked by Elder Guru, skyrocketing his level to around 14,000, a benchmark that surpasses planetary destruction according to El Manga Legendario. In contrast, Goku's performance makes this look like child's play. His precision and sheer force are now leagues above even seasoned warriors like Jason Birder, who dispatch effortless energy bursts and flickering speed. Birder, the self-proclaimed fastest in the universe, is utterly outpaced, which might be chalked up to Goku's intense gravity training, reshaping his raw reaction time and physical control. Goku's unique training has reshaped the way his body performs entirely. He's not just stronger, he's fundamentally more efficient. His taking out of Birder caused Jace to panic, and he flees to report the threat to Captain Ginyu. Unfazed, Ginyu remarks that only Lord Frieza should be able to defeat the Ginyu Force, which raises an interesting contradiction. Guro can freeze time and Ginyu can body swap, which implies either Frieza has countermeasures to these hacks abilities or is simply so dominant that these gimmicks are irrelevant against him. From there, we get a notable power gap established. Jace admits that he's never heard of any Saiyan approaching 60,000 in power, and yet here stands Goku, measured over 90,000, by Captain Ginyu himself. Ginyu is quick to clock Goku's ability to mask his strength, showcasing his experience and reading opponents beyond what scouters can detect. And that's something we hadn't seen much before, a recognition of his fighting IQ among enemies. Ginyu's comments suggest that power alone isn't what makes Goku dangerous, it's his command over it as well. Then comes the pivotal twist. Ginyu's surprise at Goku's level leads him to steal his body, and in doing so, he quickly realizes the problem. He can't wield Goku's strength properly. In Ginyu's hands, Goku's body maxes out around 23,000 roughly, which is equivalent to Zarbon's transformed state. This not only shows how important body-soul synergy is in Dragon Ball, but also provides a clear baseline. Goku's true power wasn't just in numbers, it was in mastery. Eventually, Goku's injured body is placed in a rejuvenation pod, and while still recovering, Krillin reflects on a long-observed pattern. Goku's always returned from near death dramatically stronger. That old trait rooted in Saiyan biology is about to pay off in a massive way. Once fully healed, Goku's battle power explodes to a staggering 3 million. That's more than 33 times stronger than his previous peak during the Ginyu fight. This upgrade is so substantial that when Goku later confronts Frieza's final form, he actually manages to tag him, something Frieza remarks only his parents have ever been able to do. This moment doesn't just highlight the impact of Zenkai boosts, it underscores Goku's explosive growth curve. In the span of a single saga, Goku has gone from barely managing Kaio-Ken multipliers to breaking into a league where his very existence is pushed against the boundary of galactic threats. Frieza's true potential has long been hinted at in official sources, with guidebooks like Daizenshuu cutting his final form at containing unfathomable levels of strength. This becomes crystal clear when he effortlessly lifts and hurls an entire landmass at Goku using sheer telekinesis, a moment that nearly crushes him under the weight, though Goku manages to slow it down, barely keeping his footing. At just half of his full strength, Frieza clocks in with a power level of 60 million, completely overwhelming Goku's Kaio-Ken times 10. And that's mind-boggling, considering how far Goku had already come. By this point, he was hundreds of times stronger than the version that embarrassed Captain Ginyu, the same Ginyu who stomped beings capable of deflecting planet-destroying blasts with nothing but a shout. And when looking at the anime's portrayal, Frieza doesn't even have to exert a third of his power to manhandle Goku with enhanced Kaio-Ken times 10. And that tracks perfectly if you break it down. A third of 120 million is 40 million, while Goku with Kaio-Ken times 10 would sit at around 30 million. When Goku pushes to Kaio-Ken times 20, he momentarily closes the gap, even managing to push Frieza back with a massive Kamehameha. Yet Frieza halts a blast using just one hand and not effortlessly, but without being truly threatened either. He actually says that it hurts him. Despite the impressive show of force, the Kaio-Ken times 20 takes a huge toll on Goku's body, leaving him battered and drained. With no other choice, he calls on the Spirit Bomb, and this time, powered by the energy of Namek's ecosystem and nearby celestial bodies, Goku knows that it's so potent it could obliterate the entire planet if it was mishandled. When it lands, it nearly does the job, putting Frieza down more decisively than the feeble Genki Dama that barely scratched Vegeta way back on Earth. But it's not over. Enraged and humiliated, Frieza lashes out on others. He murders Krillin in a brutal display, and in that moment, Goku crosses the threshold. The Golden Warrior awakens. The legendary Super Saiyan is born. Most fans agree that this transformation boosts Goku's strength 50-fold according to Daizenshuu 7, and his power skyrockets to 150 million. And that tracks with what we know. His base was far beyond his prior versions, and the 50 times boost makes the Super Saiyan variant capable of devastation on a cosmic scale. Interestingly, Frieza doesn't immediately destroy Namek after becoming desperate. Instead, he launches an attack at his core and pretends to be confused when the planet doesn't blow up right away. In truth, it seems Frieza wanted to savor the duel to test this Super Saiyan power himself, rather than just ending the fight instantly. Goku catches on and they continue battling, almost as if silently agreeing to finish this clash properly. In the anime version of events, this battle becomes quite the marathon, one of the lengthiest in anime history. At one point, Frieza slaps Goku into molten lava with his Nova Strike, seemingly killing him. Even Gohan believes that it's over, and we get a glimpse of him holding his own against Frieza for a brief moment. Then Goku dramatically returns from the brink, and the narrator even implies that Super Saiyan may have grown stronger mid-battle, possibly from a Zenkai boost right then and there. Later in the fight, Frieza fires a colossal death ball, which Super Saiyan Goku punches so hard it zips off into space at light speed, slamming into distant planets and vaporizing it. It's a terrifying reminder of how much destructive potential both of them are holding back. And this all raises interesting debates about space durability as well. By the time Goku and Frieza's battle wraps up, the scale of Dragon Ball combat has officially left Planet Tier behind. We're watching warriors who can shatter dimensions, ignoring the laws of physics, and shape the fate of the entire star systems with their fists. Frieza's final stand on Namek is a perfect example of how strength alone doesn't make someone the better fighter. Even after pushing Goku to transform into a Super Saiyan, Frieza holds his own surprisingly well, at least for a decent time. The battle turns more psychological than physical once Frieza begins to burn through his energy reserves. Despite initially matching Goku blow for blow, it becomes apparent that the Emperor's power is rapidly deteriorating. One of the more underappreciated aspects of the fight is Frieza's Death Saucer technique. Unlike Krillin's Destructo Disc, Frieza demonstrates incredible precision and control over this version, steering it mid-fight as if he's piloting it with his thoughts. It's a great example of just how redefined his key manipulation is. But even with such finesse, it all crumbles back to his lack of stamina and foresight. Goku, even in his base form, is able to dodge these discs, which is a subtle but telling sign that Frieza's power had dropped so far that he was no longer a real threat. Eventually, Frieza ends up cutting himself with his own technique, a brutal irony that underscores how his arrogance and desperation outpaced his awareness. In a rare moment of compassion, Goku tosses him some energy, offering a chance at redemption. That act alone speaks volumes about Goku's character, especially considering that he knew he still had plenty of strength left if Frieza made the wrong choice. And of course, he does. He turns on Goku once more, only to be met with one of the most iconic finishing moves in anime history, a point-blank energy wave that erases him in spectacular fashion. And let's not ignore the explosive finale, literally. Namek's destruction is visually dramatic in the anime, with the entire planet erupting in a blast that's so massive it's shown from what looks like interstellar space. While some fans argue whether this is symbolic or a literal depiction, it doesn't change how wild it is that Frieza survives the aftermath. If that detonation was even remotely close to what is portrayed, surviving it adds another layer of absurd durability to his character. The real question becomes, was Goku going full power the entire time as a Super Saiyan, or was he holding back once he realized Frieza was running out of gas? Given how easily he reacts in base later on, it's very likely that Goku was showing some restraint once he realized that the fight had become one-sided. Either way, the fight ends with poetic justice. Frieza's ego leads to his downfall, while Goku walks away with the high ground morally and literally. Goku started the arc at around 416 and then later was at 150 million. This kind of increase in approximation is 36,057,598.08%. Just for those people who wanted to have a black and white answer. That's pretty much how strong Goku got. And that's just the beginning.